Morning, mgtow. We are a men's rights group, aren't we? I guess I always seen men going their own way as a group of guys trying to escape this oppressive dystopian society women created. Hate and violence never seem present, especially in my content. Well, no matter our intentions, we seem to have been labeled and classed with certain undesirable groups. Let's check this article out. It says, A Woman's Take on Men's Rights Movement by Hannah Cox. True feminism is a belief that all people should have equal rights, equal opportunity, and equal command of their destiny. Unfortunately, there are factions of the feminist movement that do not truly hold to that definition, but rather hate men, see them as inferiors, or even wish to see them hold fewer rights than women. Just as the feminist movement has two sides to it, one valid, one vile, I'd argue so too does what's known as the men's rights movement, which is sort of a parallel advocacy movement for men. Well, this is reasonable. Any group of individuals will have those of one extreme or the other. It's funny, though, I know of a lot of different men's rights group names, but feminists are the only group of women who hate men that I know of. Activists argue that society has become biased and sexist against men. They also argue that men face discrimination from the media, government, and Supreme Court for being male. Men's rights groups fight against custody laws that favor mothers over fathers, violence against men, false rape allegations, disproportionate male prison sentencing, and conscription. These are some of the inequalities men's rights strive to address. Anyone who cares about individual liberty, equality before law, and limited government could surely find much in that paragraph to agree with. But admittedly, this feminist has a hard time giving the men's rights movement the time of day for many years. So our arguments are valid. The inequalities in society overwhelmingly handicap men. They know it, but women don't care who gets hurt as long as they get what they want. The reason is simple. Large swaths of this movement have been co-opted by men who really do just hate women, want to bring back the oppressive societal structures of the past, and even excuse horrors like rape and domestic abuse. These subgroups of the movement include the incel community, components of the alt-right and white nationalists, trads that want to force their social conservatism on others, the pickup artist community, and last but not least, the men going their own way movement. Well, this is where I get upset with them. First she puts societal structures of the past in the same sentence as hate and rape of women, as if they all have equal effects. Then she includes our group of strong, independent men with incels and terrorists. Don't class me with those idiots. Hate is bad. Rape is bad. Men walking away is a good thing. Why should we care? As a woman, it can be hard to feel sympathy for men sometimes. I'm just keeping it real. It often feels like there is so much we have to overcome even to this day, and a lot of the talking points used by the men's rights movements can sound like an excuse for sexism or thinly veiled desires to oppress women. But when you step back and take a look around it actually becomes pretty clear that while women may still have a lot to overcome, men really aren't doing well in our society lately. Well, so the narrative of women are oppressed by men has been repeated so many times that females can't even see what's really happening around them. All they see is superiority. The growth of the alt-right and some of these hate groups within the men's rights movement is evidence of that. The fact that single white men are the most likely demographic to be a mass murderer shows that. The fact that men make up the majority of murders and murderers in general shows that. So if we want to actually stop misogyny, sexism, and the growth of malicious groups that are preying on hurting, disaffected people, the best thing we can do is start to show up and show sympathy and hopefully even free market solutions for their problems. Well, these are good, solid ideas. But once again, a female refuses to take any responsibility for the state of society. It's always our fault. Closing thoughts. To the men in my audience who are suffering one of the injustices or societal shortcomings we discussed today, I want to extend my sympathy. I want you to know that you are valued and you are needed in our society. I'm so sorry for the voices in our culture that seek to strip away your humanity or diminish you to a caricature. Know that this feminist is fighting for equality and justice under the law. For you, just as I am for women. My hope is that we can see each other's mutual goals, come together and form an alliance that will create a better society for all of us. Well, don't patronize us. You screwed everything up, make us out to be the villains, and then you want to sympathize with us? Your hypocrisy is insulting. Thanks, but no thanks. We got this. You really want to help? Write an article to women on how to stop complaining about everything. How that be? But that's all I got today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.